noticed there was a lot of what seemed like probably administrative assistants and or executive assistants and people
Hmm.
who were looped in and doing all of that. And I'm curious to know, like, how crucial is that for being able to have like an uncluttered mind and be able to just create? And how did you get to that point?
Yeah. No, it's pretty substantial. I don't have I don't really manage my calendar at all, and I have about 3 or 4 people that do that. Even my partner leads the strategy of my calendar. I don't even do that. Um, and I, it. I guess that it took time, to get through that. There was a time I was doing it on my own, and then when you launch other companies, you're like, okay, just the just the emailing, the back and forth is part of our work, right? It's so much a part of our work. Um, and they're just over time. Then my partner would start helping me with that. And then we would start having somebody else help us. And our work is so strategic, like who I spend time with or don't spend time with sometimes is the definition of where we will be or will not be successful. So which is true for everybody. And so it's so key. So it was hard on me really to give up really control of that.
Hmm.
But I find I'm way more productive than most people, only because I've given up something that I would tend to run through my own personal lenses and preferences. I'm tired, blah, blah, blah. If when I did struggle, I had full control and I would just give up and walk out, and, and sometimes you feel like doing that, but
Hmm.
your calendar has been blocked. And so when you get to that point, you find that other people, they can care more for you than you can care for yourself,
Yep.
because you sometimes are the one person that's in your own way. Your own fear is what prohibits sometimes the productivity of how you even block your own calendar. And so you have this other person, my partner Julie goes, no, I actually know you can do this. And you start to trust that person, and then you start to lean in, and then you start to really dominate. You really start to do things that, and what you've done when you've given that over to somebody else, you've pushed outside of what your own personal inhibitions and limitations. You didn't realize where they were holding you back, but when you give it up to somebody else, which is truly a fearful thing, that's very scary. You should do that very slowly. Um, you start to find out it was very, very, it was the thing that was preventing me from being who I wanted to become.